Let's bring in GOP Senator Mike Lee, member of the Senate Judiciary Committee. Senator, what's the difference between this and the Michael Horowitz IG report? Because both are very damning about the FBI's procedures. What stands out that you have been able to pick up already with your legal background?
Look, they're both damning. This one makes abundantly clear that this is more than just garden variety misconduct or sloppiness on the part of the FBI. This shows that our nation's premier law enforcement agency was able to take political motivations and weaponize them into our criminal justice system to undertake an investigation against a presidential candidate who they didn't want to win. The fact that they got away with this and did so in the absence of even a scintilla of legitimate evidence to support it is not just an affront to the Constitution, but it's a threat to the very concept of popular sovereignty, the idea that our government is of the people, by the people, and for the people. The implications of this cannot be overstated, and we've got to make sure that this is weeded out completely. But there are going to have to be major consequences for the FBI and the Department of Justice over this.
Yeah, Senator, what will those consequences be? What do you plan on doing?
Well, look, for one, I continue to wonder why we have agreed to fund $500 million for a new FBI headquarters. I continue to wonder whether we need a major restructuring at the FBI, a complete decentralization of law enforcement power within the federal government, because we've seen that these are the consequences, and these are consequences that our country can't endure.
Senator, so this happened back in 2016, 2017. For the most part, all those people are long gone, and they were at the pinnacle of this investigation. It's extraordinary that people under them didn't say, hey, did you see what they're doing over there? Because I don't think that's right.
People under them didn't say that, Steve, and people over them didn't say it either, which is exactly why I think we're going to have a major overhaul and a restructuring of this system that's in place. And let's keep in mind, this wasn't just an abstract affront. This was something that ruined lives, that destroyed careers. There were scores of people affected by this, and ultimately it had an impact on electoral politics, on the ability of the Trump administration to do what it needed to do, and quite possibly even on the 2020 election.
Hillary Clinton got away with a fine. She launched the dossier, paid for it. John Brennan briefed President Obama that she was up to doing this. So they kept it to themselves and watched this whole thing play out. They watched the launching of this FBI investigation into the campaign to when he was president-elect and to he was president. Then we get the Mueller report. At the same time, what's also revealed, and not separate, is the Twitter files, which will show the social media working against Trump's second attempt to get 4 years in office, and then the Zuckerbucks that flooded into key zones in order to stop Trump from winning again. This has got to be somewhat intimidating for a Republican that expects to win office, knowing that all these levers of government, along with a counter-campaign, were working against you.
We've known for a long time that the deep state was alive and well. What we didn't know, at least not to this degree, was that the deep state heavily plays even in our criminal law enforcement agencies. And so at the end of the day, the Founding Fathers made a wise choice by not putting the power to run elections in the hands of the federal government. It put it with the states. Right. But whereas here you've got this massive behemoth of a federal law enforcement agency that can affect those, we see that too imperils the structure of the Constitution, which is why we need a major overhaul.
The FBI had their hands in social media at the same time they were investigating Trump. This is insane.
They were pulling the levers from each side. There was a push and there was a pull. And at no point did anyone above or below the line officers in charge of this call foul, even though they had abundant reason to call foul, because they knew that these sources of evidence were not legitimate. There was no legitimate evidence to do that. Anytime you do that, it's an offense to the Constitution. Or you do that to try to throw off a presidential election, that is devastating. That's the moment where you break glass in case of emergency.
Yeah, I mean, people complain about Donald Trump and are we ready for another 4 years because of his personality? Well, do you blame him? I mean, when you see what's happening, Russia, 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 that's all we heard when he was running for office the first time. That's all we heard for the years afterwards. He had to defend himself. And then on social media, they were blocking him, not allowing him to defend himself. He had to start his own Truth Network or Truth Social.
Look, I'd take a few mean tweets any day in order to not have an FBI that made corrupt decisions like this, in order to have $2 gas again, in order to have a government that stands for the people and not for the Washington, D.C. establishment.
Right. Senator, in scanning mainstream media, big newspapers, other channels, stuff like that, they're going, yeah, we kind of knew all this stuff. There's no blockbuster here. What do you say to them?
Well, obviously, they're not looking at this, or at least they're not looking at it honestly. When I saw some people on MSNBC last night, for example,
I did too,
suggesting that they didn't find anything, that there was nothing confirming any wrongdoing. I don't know how anyone could look at that and reach that conclusion without needing their head examined thereafter. They're willfully blind to the facts, just as these folks chose to be willfully blind to the facts when they undertook this fraudulent investigation.
Except for Jake Tapper. Brian alerted us to that soundbite this morning. We played it earlier in the show. He was, what did he say? It was outrageous. He couldn't believe this.
He said the FBI looks terrible, and in many cases, Donald Trump is vindicated.
Yeah, and that is to Jake Tapper's credit. I think he should be applauded for acknowledging that. Look, at the end of the day, this is neither Republican nor Democratic.
It's true.
It's neither liberal nor conservative.
You're right.
Now, obviously, in this circumstance, because it related to a Republican president, it starts to draw those lines. But everyone should be equally offended by this, because if they can do it today to a Republican, they can do it tomorrow to a Democrat.
My final thought on this is both candidates knew it. Hillary Clinton was engineered behind it, and Joe Biden looked into that camera and said 51 intelligence experts said that laptop was Russian disinformation, knowing damn well that was his son, that was his voicemail, those were his emails, those were the pictures, and he had no problem lying. Hillary Clinton, for 4 years and maybe even today, says Donald Trump was an illegitimate president. Do you realize, regardless of your party, the damage it does to our country, how many families were divided because they wouldn't believe Hillary or they only believed Trump?
Families divided, careers ruined, family fortunes devastated, all in an effort to defend themselves against false, scurrilous allegations that were known by those conducting this investigation that they were false. Look, this is going to change all sorts of things, and it must. I also expect that there will be civil actions brought against some of the characters responsible for this.
I bet you're right. And that's why you tweeted out yesterday, the gravity of the misconduct uncovered by Mr. Durham cannot be overstated. Senator Lee, thank you very much for joining us live today.
Thanks, Senator.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.